Hi, Coach Angelina here. Welcome to the 31-day squat challenge demo video. Today I just wanted to walk you through the exercises we're going to be doing, giving you some form tips, also some tips on how to progress if you want to progress, and really just make sure that you have good form when you're going through each of these exercises. So every week the squat will change, and every day the amount of squats you do will change. So that'll all be on your tracker, and you just follow right along with that, checking off your days. So one thing I will say, just make sure that you are walking or you're warming up. You're not going into it super cold, especially as we progress into some of the harder moves. This can be done, at the end of a walk, or, maybe you've been walking around the house, doing some chores, and then you decide to get your squats in, okay? They can be done anytime, really just making sure that we're paying attention to our form. Okay, so week 1 is going to be body weight air squats. And these are just a basic squat. If you have never done them before, you can use something like a bench or a chair behind you. But the squat motion is that you are sitting back into a chair, making sure that you're keeping your knees behind your toes. So you're just squatting back to your range of motion. So sometimes you can go deeper. If you're just starting out, make sure that you go through your own range of motion. We don't want any pain, any pulling. And then I'll show you from the side. So we're gonna just squat back like we're sitting into a chair. Okay, our knees are staying behind our toes. You can do arms straight out, up. Remember to squeeze your glutes at the top of the motion. You'll feel a little bit in your quads as well. So you're just gonna go through that air squats, down and up, okay? And in order to progress, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One, you can use a dumbbell. So if you have some dumbbells, I like the goblet style because it does help you to engage your core. And so we're just gonna squat, keeping that dumbbell right out in front of us, okay? I'll show you from the side. Sit back into that chair, and that dumbbell just stays right out in front, okay? If you don't have dumbbells, but you do have bands, you can use any kind of loop band, and it really just is gonna go right around your mid-thigh, and you're just gonna use that to do your body weight squats, okay? Our next week 2 movement is going to be a sumo squat. So a sumo squat just has our stance a little bit different. I'm just going to back up a little bit here, and just so you can see the positioning on my feet. So our toes are going to be pointed out at like a 45-degree angle. So imagine you're standing in a room. Your toes are going to point towards the corners of the room. And your feet are definitely going to be wider than hip width because we're coming down into that sumo squat. You're going to feel this on your inner thighs and your glutes. So you're going to push through your heels coming up. You'll feel that in your inner thighs. Squeeze your glutes at the top of the motion. Down and up. So again, you can do those body weight, or if you would like to grab a dumbbell, you could definitely grab a dumbbell goblet style, or you can hold it down in front and get your sumo squats in that way. Okay, so that's a nice way to progress on your sumo squats. Week 3. So week 3, we're going to be kicking it up a little bit, doing some jump squats. Now, I will say, if you've been informed not to jump, if you have any injuries, you're just going to stick with your air squats. And if you do have a band, I will say add a band. Or if week 1 you did body weight and now you want to add a dumbbell, I would do that. So if you've been informed not to jump, don't jump. Or you can just move a little bit faster through the motion. So week 1, we're really going to be going slow, paying attention to a little bit more of that form, making sure that we're sitting back into those heels. Jump squat, you're just taking that same body weight squat and we're adding a jump at the top, okay? So it is going to get your heart rate going a little bit. If you need to break them up and do sets of 10, totally fine. Any way you want to do it, you don't have to go straight through, but you will notice that you start to get stronger and you're able to just do more reps, okay? So those jump squats, again, you're sitting back into your heels, still that same squat, only we're jumping, okay? And again, landing softly, making sure you're on a soft surface, using flatter shoes, or you can just go barefoot. You don't really want any kind of heel on your shoe. Like if you're a runner, I wouldn't squat in runners just because a lot of times they have more padded heels and you're a little bit more unstable. And we really want to make sure that we're pushing through our heel when we're coming up to engage those glutes. Okay, week 4, again, we're kicking it up just a little bit more, and we're going to be doing some Bulgarian split squats. Or you can just do, if you don't have a bench or a chair, or you're not really comfortable yet with that balance, you can just do a split squat. I'll show you that, and that'll show you the progression of adding weight. So I have my bench behind me here. I'm going to position myself off to the side just a smidge so you guys can see the positioning of my foot. So your foot is going to go up onto the bench. The front side of your foot is going to be flat down. Okay. And your other foot, you kind of just have to work with positioning where you're going to go, because you want to make sure that you're going and squatting straight down. So you'll feel that in that quad. And then when you come up, you want to squeeze and feel it into that glute. Okay. So down and up. And the more forward you lean, the more glutes you're going to get, and the more straight up you are, the more quads you're going to get. So you can kind of play around with that a little bit. You can add your dumbbells to progress that. So if you are intermediate, advanced, this move really is easy for you. Just hold your dumbbells and then right down to the side in order to progress that movement. If you're still, a little bit newer, you're still more of a beginner, I would just do a basic split squat. If you're not feeling very comfortable or have a strong balance, I would just go ahead and do a regular split squat. So I'll show you that now. And it's kind of like, it's a static up and down movement. So we're not, stepping forward, stepping back. And this is a split squat where our bent knee is going to drive straight down to the ground. And then our other knee is going to form that 90. So we're going to have 290 degrees, making sure that this front knee is staying behind our toe and we're going straight down. So we have our 90-90. So you're just going to do the amount of reps per leg. Same thing with the bench. If you're doing a split squat on the bench, you'll do per leg. So if it's 10 per leg, 12 per leg, etc., you're going to do each. If you really are advanced and you want to kind of kick it up a little bit more, you could do 2 sets each day. You could do 3 sets each day. It really is up to you on how hard you want to push yourself. Or if you're just getting back into exercise, you're like, you know what, I really am just looking to build a solid, consistent routine. Just do what's written down, track it off, and that's a win. If you get to the end of the 31 days and you have all of your boxes checked, that's going to be just a huge win. You're going to feel so good. And I guarantee that you are going to build some strength in your quads, build some strength in your glutes, and really just start feeling stronger overall. So if you need anything or you have any questions, reach out to me in the Facebook group. You can always find me on social media. I'm at Coach Angelina on both Facebook and Instagram. You can also tag me. So if you get done with your workout, you're feeling super strong, go ahead and post and tag me on that. I would love to see it and cheer you on. Also post in the group. You can share just your post-workout selfie. You can snap a quick picture of your tracker of what day you're on, and just make sure that you're keeping track and sharing in the group so we can all cheer each other on. All right, let's get to it.